Microphone was out of the way. Hey, red stags. Why did I feel like a Deathclaw just like did that one attack? What up, everybody? You know, I should have seen if she had charisma gear. Go back and look. Carla! First time playing Fallout on stream? No, not really. I mean, I played this game a lot when it first came out. It's been a while since I played it, like realistically.
Hey, Carla.
Back again? Time to do business?
Dude, you need to stay off the liquor, homie.
You break it, you buy it.
I need to see. Yep, 60. Buy the fashionable glasses. Trade you some. This gives us 1 charisma. Like, I might go all the way back to, I think I am. I think I'm going to go all the way back to, Sanctuary. So, hey, Focal, dude. Happy holidays. Thank you, Focal.
We're in the pipe. Bye.
I think I'm going to go back to Sanctuary and grab my suit that has +2 charisma.
Happy holidays, pimp.
If I could do that and drink, like, some type of alcohol, I could probably pass these speed checks guaranteed. And I want to pass them because, like, 1, they give me 2 guaranteed vendors up here. I don't know if bourbon gives the charisma. I think bourbon doesn't. These are beer bottles. Hold up. I know up here, maybe on this sign, there'd be a Gwinnett Stout. Barrel. Okay. Can you pretend to drink alcohol on stream again? Nah, man. I don't drink. It's not my thing, dude. Just not my thing. I think up here... Huh. Maybe it's in that parking lot. Over here. There was like 3 Gwinnett Stouts. Actually, no. Like these are my the new head pads that my wife bought me. These are sound noise deadening, but like let's put it up here out of the screen. You can see like they're nice, thick, and they're padded, and they're made of a leather. Like this is what comes with it, more of a foam. But like side by side, like this is thicker and softer, whereas this is more of like just cushion. So like these are actually pretty comfortable. Mm-hmm. Where did I see? Where is it? Huh. Maybe we'll jump into the speakeasy and see if they're there. I do have a level up. jump into the speakeasy and see if we can find some kind of alcohol. You sound positive, Dewey. I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Fallout doesn't have a level cap, so like you pretty much can level up to your heart's content. So like you don't really need to have like a reset skills. To be perfectly honest. Beer here either, huh? Maybe we got some at. Maybe we'll find something in our desk at Sanctuary. I don't think you should judge worlds about realism. Honestly, like games are high fantasy. So to be like, I want my game to be hyper realistic and nothing else means you're going to get a game that's kind of fucking boring. If you want hyper realism, go out and experience the real world, right? That's hyper realism, and it kind of sucks. So you play video games to escape that aspects of life. I wanted to go walk out on a hill and feel like bugs biting me, and like climbing up this hill right here would suck. Like you'd hold on to this trunk right here, and like it would fall apart because bugs have ate it, and then like you get scarred up here, and then like, well, if you fell on this rock and hurt your face, you know, I mean, some people enjoy that shit, but I personally don't. I platinum Demon Souls. It's my last platinum. How long did it take you to get the pure blade stone? It actually took me longer to get the gold coin than it did the pure blade stone to get the platinum. But neither one of them was hardcore as the Dark Souls 3's grind. Dark Souls 3's like Concord kept shit. That was ridiculous. Made it realistic looking? Probably, I think the most realistic looking world is probably Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Because, you know, that game's fucking gorgeous. Might be an aid. You have when it's stout. Have 1 charisma, 2 charisma, 3 charisma. Alright, so we got our charisma gear to help us pass these speech checks. Hey, Crown Prince. Have a good day as well, buddy. Drop the nuke. What do you find hard about Dark Souls? Like,
we better get back.
Hey, Chandler.
It'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night.
Thank you for subscribing.
Mostly.
Like, to me, like, one of the things I had to learn about Dark Souls is to be patient. Like, I played almost every other game, and it was real button mashy. Dark Souls is not a button masher. It's more of like a delicate dance that you do with the enemies.
We better get back.
It's all about timing, pattern recognition, and patience.
Mostly.
And it punishes greed hardcore. Hey, TJ Reckless. Glad you decided to stop by and subscribe. I seen you was in here last night. Hey, Gio, how you doing, cutie?
Hey, up here, on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please!
Boom, boom, boom. I know this sounds like bullshit and something that trolls will use against me, but like, like Fallout 4 is one of the games that really changed my perception of life, and it gave me something to look forward to when this game came out. And there was a period in my life where every time I heard the Fallout theme, or at least the Fallout 4 theme, I would cry. Because it had such a profound effect on me in life. Even though a lot of people don't consider this a very good Fallout game, like this came out at the right time to get lost in the world. All right, so I need to put on my clean tan suit, my wig. That's one. That's 2, 3, 4, and we could also. We also can drink a beer and get 5. We naturally have a charisma of 6. So that means we're at 11. So with the drinking of this beer, we could pass every speech check in the game.
We had a deal.
11 charisma is all it takes to pass every speech check in the game.
You owe us.
I ain't giving you poison.
Whoa, whoa. Easy there, Skip.
Yes.
Looks like you got some trouble. I could help.
Help? What are you, some kind of...
If I help, I expect to get paid.
All right. I was gonna pay you 100 cash. Why don't we make it 125?
Sounds low. You're a businessman, right? You can do better.
Okay. 150 caps.
Stop lowballing me. Put some real money on the table.
I'll make it 200 caps, but that's it. Any higher and I might as well go home.
I'll talk to her. Maybe we can work this out.
Appreciate it. If things go sideways, we'll back you up.
But like we could also convince Trudy.
Hey, I saw you in that poison cellar talking. Well, he ain't getting his money. Period.
Look, you owe them money. If you just pay them, then this will be over. Everyone walks away without getting hurt.
All right, I'll pay. But that bastard ain't gonna sell one more drop of jet to my boy. You hear that, Wolfgang? You'll get your damn money, but I better not catch you selling chems to my boy again.
Fine by me, Trudy. Your son's broke as shit anyhow.
All right, crisis is over. If you're here to trade, step up to the counter. Hey! We're open for... Hey!
We get paid and I don't even gotta shoot nobody. Good job. Here. Now how about I show you all the pick-me-ups I have to offer?
You!
Hi. I got a store to run here. You gonna buy? Shop's open. What do you want?
Let's see what you have.
All salvage.
I think charisma has no soft cap, and every point charisma that you have over is 3% off prices. So you can get some really cheap stuff if you pump your charisma up. We're going to take all her 308. One of the things you want to do when you come here early, and this is something I learned later on, after I did my Let's Plays, is she almost always has this on her first inventory. This is a suppressed pipe bolt action pistol, and it's only what is the value? 100 caps, which is basically nothing. Like you could sell, you know, all your other ammo to get where you need to go. But you also can sell these gold bars to her. Gold bars sell for 230 a piece. So you can also just come back here and take some other things that you want, like say if you want more Molotovs, you know, or things like that. Get General Cho's Revenge pretty easy with the gold bars. Like you can get this bolted leather chest piece. We're most likely going to take her antibiotics. Good with that trade. We'll sell the other gold bar, the Wolfgang.
Excuse me.
Thanks for helping us out with Trudy. You did good. Now, let's talk business.
Let's see what you have.
You got needs, I got product.
Alright. So this gold bar here to him as well. And we already got a good chunk of change in our pocket. Now we can go back to base, take that suppressor off of that gun we just bought, and put it on our bolt action rifle, which we're going to pick up over here. No, I'm not recording this for a YouTube video. This is just me chilling out, talking to you boys. Why do I like Fallout so much? When I was a kid, I played a lot of Diablo. I mean, a lot of Diablo. And I played a lot of PC games. Because, like, we were always behind in consoles, but we got a pretty good PC. Not, like, great, but enough to run Diablo and stuff like that when we were young. So we got to share that. And we had it in our rooms. So, like, we would buy a lot of PC games. And so we bought like Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale and games like that, and like they're alright, but like I never liked having to like manage like 6 party members. And then Fallout came out, which I think was like 97, 98, and we bought that as well because we liked Baldur's Gate, and I really liked the whole like you basically could be a single party member kind of game. So it was like Baldur's Gate, but with guns and hookers and things of that nature. And I kind of really like that world. And that's where, you know, I like Fallout. And then Fallout 3 came out, and it reinvigorated my love for the series. And here we are today. I don't drink energy drinks. By the way, cram is the most effective means of feeding yourself in the game. Like, cram is on the same level as like Deathclaw meat. The only difference is you take some rads. The crams are worth their weight to carry around. I don't know if it's free, but like you can get a copy of Fallout for like $5 at GameStop. Like there's so many copies lying around that the game's almost worthless on physical edition. Like you can get it everywhere used. Like go to GameStop, I guarantee you with $10 will get you this game. I'm playing on, yeah, essentially his hardcore mode. Let's go ahead and save what we've done. I don't like to stream with my noise canceling headphones on because like I can't really hear myself talk. So we're gonna put our flow through ones on. This lets me hear myself talk better. This is our sniper bolt action. We want to go ahead and modify this. We want to make no muzzle. And that takes the suppressor off. That means we can take that off and put it on our sniper rifle. The muzzle, suppressor. Go over here and put a hardened receiver in. And we have a viable thing here. Let me just scrap it. That. Urban. Cook this stuff. I'll cook that. I don't really oh, we got our first trader here. I don't really like mongrel meat. Oh, we don't have. What? Oh, do we have a level up? We need to get local leader. So he says supply lineup with Red Rocket. So like normally with dog meat, I usually just cook it and sell it. It's like it's half a pound a piece. Takes up a lot of your inventory. We would sell this shit to Carla for whatever. Maybe trade it for some items or something.
Huh?
Then we'll go do Museum of
Carla.
Need to pick something up? Road's pretty long.
Uh-huh. Let's see what you have.
I got a little bit of everything.
So we're not getting the most bang for our buck because I don't have all the gear on, but we're not really gonna make a whole lot of mud off mud chops. 35 caps. We'll trade that for something. What do we got? We got anything with screws in it. I think camera's good. Camera and a desk fan. Take it. To me, that's better than all the shit that meat was gonna be. Right. Nope. Yo, I'm dumb. Never knew you could take attachment off and put it on another gun. Yeah, you can. That's the reason I don't really get gun nut. Because when you grab gun nut, one, it fucks up your idiot savant, and two, it kind of makes any kind of looting for like big treasure chest or like looking for guns. It kind of takes the fun away from it. Do you have the fire gun? I don't understand what you're asking about. There's a couple guns in here with like fire attachments, like there's a revolver. But I don't have the fire. Oh, you're talking about spray and pray, aren't you? No, I don't have spray and pray right now. Spray and pray is one of those weapons that I don't use unless I need it. Like spray and pray breaks the game. Like it's easily the easiest weapon in the game to beat the game with. I remember making a build on stream where I basically used spray and pray and commando. Because people complained that I did too many like sneak builds. I'm like, commando spray and pray is way easier than sneak builds. Are we getting another stimulus check? I think we're supposed to be getting a $600 stimulus check. Yeah, it's been approved. Yeah. I mean, to me, that's... I'm going to take some money and pay my land taxes this year with it. Like, $600 really ain't shit in the grand scheme of things.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night.
Hey, the Saint. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know what we're getting, what was the hidden thing is fluctuating for, because I don't think there's actually any other enemy in the area right now because none of them have spawned in. Could be wrong though. Dude, I've been really into Kingsfield lately. I know that's an old ass game, but like I've been watching this guy called Dave Control play Kingsfield, and I finished the first one. Now I'm working on watching his second one. And like Kingsfield to me, I wish they would, if nothing else, make another one, or at least remake the original ones with like dual stick controls. Do I have a PlayStation 1? I do, but I don't think I could get it in working condition. Mainly because like I don't know if I have a controller for it or even the power cores. I do have the unit itself though. If that makes sense. Captain's hat. But I'd love to see him make a new Kingsfield. I thought like with virtual reality being so big for a little bit, that would have been a perfect opportunity to make a Kingsfield game that you could do virtual reality where like a single, like almost Skyrim like game, but with like very, you know, Kingsfield's like really Dark Soulsy. Kingsfield's like Dark Souls if it was built in Skyrim's world.
I'm telling you, man, let's just get the hell out of here. We got no reason to hang around and get shot. Stop being such a fucking pansy. We hold out for the others like we're supposed to.
Hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
I'm coming in there, and I'm gonna skin every last one of you. Come on, man, they ain't going nowhere.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come down.
Hey, thank you, Screw.
Mostly.
Thank you, dude.
Bingo.
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable.
I also love God of War and Sony exclusive fighting games.
Nope.
They also have Sword and Sorcery. But I was just looking at it like I thought it'd been a good time to capitalize on that though.
Damn it.
My YouTube channel currently has no videos on it.
Glad to help.
Well, if that's true, we could use some more goodwill.
That ain't it.
As you can see, we're in a bit of a mess here.
Go on.
Please, go on.
A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. First, it was the ghouls in Lexington, and now this mess.
Sorry. Sounds really rough.
Thanks. It's good to meet someone who really cares.
I wonder if Preston got that scar on his face from eating pussy.
We figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong.
Get one of those snappers, you know.
Well, we
Really
do have
mess
one
you up.
idea.
One good idea can make all the difference.
Sturgis, tell her.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school, pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power armor. Military issue.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought you might. protection with an added bonus. Get the suit. You can rip the minigun right off the vertibird. Do that, and those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
Minigun.
So,
Now we're talking.
to say this before we get going further here. Like, the other day, I had to leave a rank game, and my wife was so apologetic about it. I told her it's fine, man. I don't give a fuck about my rank enough to worry about my wife being on the side of the road. You know, so obviously I left a rank game to go to her because it's like 10:30 at night, and she called me and said she had 4 pounds of air in one of her tires. I'm like, well, don't drive it. You know, get to a parking lot if you can, within reason. I'll go to you, right? I get there. I have I got like a compressor, and you know, it's like you plug it into like the cigarette lighter, and you can do it. You can put air in a tire. So I took that with me, and so I get there, and she went to Sparks Toyota here in town, and she got her oil changed for her Camry, and they filled the air of her tires up, but they left the valve stem off 2 of them, and they had damaged one of the valve stems. I didn't know that at the time. We learned about that later. So I get to her, and I take my hands and I run it across the tire treads, trying to feel for like a nail or something. I'm doing it slow because, you know, I've cut my hand before rubbing on tires, and it's something you probably shouldn't do, reaching into a tire well and like feeling for something in the tire itself, because tires have, you know, steel belts in them, and sometimes those belts can poke out and they can gash your hand pretty bad. But the tires I just bought her, so they were relatively brand new, so I wasn't worried about steel belts hanging. I was worried more about like feeling like the head of a nail or, you know, a piece of animal bone or something like that. Well, what happened is the tech at Sparks Toyota had damaged the valve stem on her tire. That's what we ended up happening. So I ended up having her take it to Firestone, have them check the tire, because I put air in it and it got her back home. And now Sparks Toyota called her and told she complained, and they gave her a free oil change. So everything's good in the hood. That's the wife's story of me rescuing her on the side of the road.
Only there's one hitch. The suit's out of juice. Probably been dry for 100 years. It can be powered up again, but we're a bit stuck.
I have Cyberpunk Sussy Mo.
I'll help if I can.
I just don't.
Pre-war FC.
I don't want to say I don't like it right now. My first impressions of the game weren't that great.
Long-term nuclear battery.
It's one of those games I feel like will click eventually with me.
We know right where to find one.
But we can't get to the damn thing. It's down in the basement, locked behind a security gate. Look, I fix stuff.
Sorry about people actually watching the Fallout stuff. I feel like a free oil change is the least they can do. Because the oil change in a Camry is OW20, so it's a full synthetic oil change, so it costs like $70 to begin with. But the fact is, it costs $43 to have the valve stem of her tire fixed. So the tire's still serviceable. I had to put a new valve stem in. What happened is they fucked the valve stem up when they were putting air in it, and they left the caps off, so we had to buy caps and a valve stem. So all that together ended up being like $48. So like a free oil change, we're actually coming out a little ahead right now.
I tinker. Bypassing security ain't exactly my forte. You could give it a shot.
Actually, I already grabbed the fusion core. We're set.
Well, all right. Maybe our luck's finally turning around. Once you jack the core into the power armor and grab that minigun, those raiders will know they picked the wrong fight. Good luck.
Careful, kid.
Perfect.
There's something coming.
And we get a vault dweller?
I like to talk to her just so you got to talk to her right here to learn Dogmeat's name.
Fine in that little neighborhood, but oh, so much better.
He's a good dog. Smart, too.
Oh, indeed. Dogmeat's good at finding folks who need him, and he'll stick by you now. I saw it.
Please, tell me what you know.
Just listen to me, acting a crazy old lady.
I hate the Mama Murphy character. I feel like she's like,
That's it. I'm out of here.
yeah, bye. Go the fuck away. Let's just leave her. I don't like. I hate this whole group of people here. They're basically the built-in like fail-safe button of the game. Like for example, you can't kill Preston, and Preston is one of the 4 factions that can beat the game with, which is the Brotherhood of Steel, the Institute, the Railroad, or the Minutemen. Right? In the Minutemen, you can't lose the game with. Like, so there's no point where you can be like, hey, we're you made it so you can't beat the game, obviously. Does it look better on the PS5? It's hard to say because like I have this game on PC too. Like all my Let's Plays on this game were done on the PC. So like it looks just as good as the PC version. And it feels like the PC version now. But you gotta understand, like the console version is stuck at 30 FPS. So until they actually do a patch or something, you're still limited to 30 FPS on the console, which isn't a hassle to me. I'm cool with 30 FPS. Psycho works really well with the minigun. For some reason you're not getting hurt. There you go. Time to let this bitch roll. Dude, there's a big giant lizard here. You think I'm the biggest target? Oh, I cut his leg off. Ha ha! I don't know if you've ever seen this before. But if you remove a Deathclaw's tail, he can't stand up because he uses it for balance. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I've never sat around and let him get back up before. I didn't think he got back up. Get her, Playboy. I'm picking up the pistol because if you pick the pistol up and they shot the pistol at all, you get all the ammo that was left in the pistol. Then you could just come over here and just drop all the pistols and hunting rifles off. I'm gonna keep the minigun mainly because I want to give it to a settler later. The settlers, if you give them a minigun with one bullet of whatever it shoots, you can have them shoot it indefinitely. So it makes it pretty good for, like, you know, guarding your settlements.
Take it easy, Mama. You okay?
I'm fine, Preston. Quit fussing.
Excuse me.
That was a pretty amazing display. I'm just glad you're on our side.
I mean, like, the PC version doesn't have field of view either. I mean, it does and it doesn't.
Too many friends.
Like, for example, like,
Listen,
you'd have to go into
when we
the
first met,
into the
you said you were
console
glad to help.
to set your
Well, you
FOV
did.
to 60, and when you do
We
that,
owe you our
it
lives.
disables trophies for your playthrough.
So here, it ain't much, but it's the best way I can say thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Well, since you say that,
We did
Maybe
one,
open the
Nexus. We
sanctuary
did one
with us.
last Friday.
we could use your help getting settled there.
All right, Garvey. I'm in.
Oh, that's wonderful. But there's more to your destiny, isn't there? I've seen it, and I know your pain.
I really think you guys shouldn't refund
Please tell me.
Cyberpunk, but it's your
I
money.
need to know.
And here's my
You're
concern.
out of time.
Here's my concern with refunding Cyberpunk. There's a rumor going on right now that investors that put a lot of money up for the Cyberpunk game are going to sue CD Projekt Red because of the sales of said game. I don't know what the grounds of these lawsuits are, but there's two investors that want to sue CD Projekt Red. Between that and all the refunds that are coming back, I could see this hurting the company in the long run. You say, good, I hope they sue them. I don't know if you know this, but CD Projekt Red is one of the only game companies that actually cares about the people that buy their games. Like, they do things the right way. And I think loyalty should be a thing, right? Because at this point, you might see a studio that actually cares about gamers go under because they made one bad game. They made their own bed. It wasn't like people were sending them death threats to release a game they knew wasn't finished, right?
Out of hope. But all is not lost. I can feel your son's energy. He's alive.
I mean, the settings are survival mode. The fact you see me eat and drink
I knew it.
means I'm on survival mode.
Tell me where he is. I need to find my son.
I can't see him. Not clearly. But I feel his life force. He's out there. And even I don't need the sight to tell you where you should start looking. The great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Diamond City. The biggest settlement around.
Please, Mama Murphy. I'm working from nothing. I need more.
Look, kid, I'm tired now. Maybe you'll bring me some chems later. The sight will paint a clearer picture.
Yo, Mama Murphy
Maybe I'll
talking
give you some
about
psycho
this.
and let you
Let you
OD.
jump.
Get your ass out of my
Gonna kill
game.
you.
But shush, Preston, we're all gonna die eventually. We're gonna need the sight. And our new friend here, well, she's gonna need it too. Now let's get going. Sanctuary awaits.
All right, folks. Thanks to our friend here, it's safe to move out.
I mean,
We're headed to that place Mama Murphy
Rockstar
talks about.
didn't release a Grand Theft Auto on the PS4, period.
Knows about it?
You mean she had one of her
They
vacations while
remade
she was
Grand
stoned
Theft
out of
Auto
her
5,
gourd?
I think.
And
It
now
was
you
the
want
last
us to
one.
just head out on another
But
wild goose
the
chase
fact
based
is,
on
like, they
what
didn't
happened?
release an actual new Grand Theft Auto in the entire last generation of consoles. Like, to me, that's like, wow. Yeah, but Red Dead 2 sucked. At least I thought it sucked. They released masterpieces. They've released the same game since I was a little kid, dude. Like, just with better graphics. Red Dead, like, when I played it, it felt like the control scheme was from, like, the 1990s. Let's hit these guys right here with Molotov cocktails. A little more. Got him. You going to spend your level? Maybe. I mean, like, I'm not in a hurry to spend it. Yeah, what can I get? Get Critical Banker. Get Rifleman. I don't really know what I want right now. I could get Sneak again. Save it for right now. I don't really feel like I need anything. Dude, the fact in the maybe I was dumb and I didn't realize it, but like the fast travel system sucked ass. The fact is, people would come up and want to start shit with you, and you'd basically get into a fist fight or something, and then you'd have like a warrant on your ass. It's like that sucked ass about the game. Well, they patched it. I only played it when it came out. Like, I remember, like, you could put the horse in cinematic mode and pick a spot on the map and it would travel to that point, but it took for fucking ever. It was like playing Final Fantasy 15 again. So armor up. Circuitry for that. Good enough. Minigun up. It's cook that. Only carry 10 stim packs with me at a time. Now, let's make our pistol a little bit better. Our next call to action here. Dog meat, come on. Everybody, come here. All right. Daisy's been starting to do that shit. Not Daisy, fucking Bailey. Like Bailey go out to pee and she don't want to come back in right away. Not really, Mike. Do I play with console mods? No. Actually, I've never used any of the console mods. I got lethargy. Good thing I traded for an antibiotic earlier. I think we can talk to Preston now. Let's go ahead and build the water purifiers over here. Water game going up. Fallout 4, where you can disassemble an entire broken down house in less than 3 seconds. You can't rake up a pile of fucking leaves or sweep the floor. Feel me, players? You feel me? Remember when this game first came out, every wire that you ran required 1 copper. It was a pain in the dick. Make any kind of defense turrets. No, we need circuitry. Preston app. Oh, to me, baby boy.
Good to see you again. I was hoping you'd show up. I should have listened to Mama Murphy all along. Pretty nice place she's found for us. I think we could settle down here. Make it a place to call home. What do you think?
I beat God of War.
Yeah.
Beat it on the highest difficulty.
I used to like living here. Before the war.
What do you mean? Before what war? Are you saying...
I lived here. Over 200 years ago. I was frozen or something for most of it. Just woke up a little while ago.
Damn. Like one of those old pre-war ghouls. You say you were frozen. Anybody else make it out with you?
Just my son. Somebody took him away while I was still trapped. I've been looking for him.
Damn. I'm sorry. I hope you find him.
Well, thank you, Tail.
Let me know if there's any way I can help. Anyway, I am glad you're here. And I hope you don't mind, but I've got another favor to ask. I've had word from a settlement asking for help.
Here it comes.
There's still hope in there are Minutemen out there somewhere. The only chance to start rebuilding the Minutemen is to show people that they can count on us when they need us. Trouble is, I've got my hands full here. Do you think you could go help?
Yeah, he
out
takes
with
that
the
shit on
settlement?
face value, doesn't he?
What kind of help do they need?
Sounded like the usual. Raiders. You'll have to get all the details when you talk to them.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic.
Oh shit!
More people like you.
He's got idiots
By the
upon
way,
on freedom calls.
you wanna help
Look how
out
much
around
experience
here
I
at
get.
all? Talk to Sturgis. I'm sure he'd be glad for all the help he can get.
It's gonna be a smooth 1700, I bet. Could be 900. Still going. Oh, 1049.
sanctuary.
I'm gonna go ahead and save that outcome. You motherfucker, get the
I
fuck
just
off
wanna
my
trade a few
bed,
things.
pimp! I see this dirty dog up here on my bed. Straight hoodooed my bed. 7 people here. Take some Betty Buys. Did I play Fallout 76? Yes. Did I like Fallout 76? No. Somebody can have Sean's room. He's not going to be using it. This is where I made Sean at in this room. This is where the pussy was pounded. This is where Ron Perlman let us know the bombs are going to get dropped. Now, I'm going to make 10 beds in total. Haven't cleared this house out. Dude, I did the same thing. Like, Oblivion was the first like Bethesda game I ever played, and I loved the shit out of it. Cause like I got the PS3 and I didn't have anything, and I wanted an RPG to play for it. And that RPG that I got was Oblivion. I bought it at Walmart just because I'm like, oh, Oblivion Game of the Year edition, huh? Got it for the PS3. Loved it. Okay, somebody just donated $1 to us. How much do you weigh? 388. Why do you care? Like I've said about the same thing always. I'm glad that dude can stomach it, because I could not stomach eating rad roach. Just imagine eating a fucking cockroach. I think that's the worst part of Snowpiercer.
You willing to do some work?
Maybe.
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you need.
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds. We've been sleeping on the ground for too long. Just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. Some of these old houses still look solid enough to do the trick. There's a workbench over there you can use. Give me a holler if you need anything.
You're tied to this place.
Hey,
kid.
Sturgis.
No energy.
I like it. Having a place to sleep will improve everyone's
We Fallout
spirits.
76 is trash, but when
we
you
need
group
now
of
is
friends
a
and drop
reliable
nukes, it's
source
pretty
of clean
fun.
Water.
I'm on it. Clean water coming up.
Great. Thanks again.
Hey, Sturgis.
I feel better already, knowing we have a reliable supply of clean water. I hope you don't mind me asking for some more help, but our food supplies are running
I like Fallout
If we're gonna
4 a little
settle
bit better
here,
than Skyrim.
We'll need to get some crops established.
You're 226-1.
I'll start planting right away.
Good deal.
Should have enough to get this. Like, the only thing I'll run into a problem with is the defense. But I feel like I can I can go on a supply run for that. Let's go do that. Let's save it first, because I want to save that idiot savant level up. Being said, I want to take all of you. We're going to go get some. What do we need for this stuff? What do we need? I think it was oil and circuitry. It might have just been circuitry. Circuitry. I need circuitry, oil, and gears. Let's
Hey.
go look for circuitry, oil, and gears. And any type of food that we might find. Did you like the recent Final Fantasy? From what I saw when you streamed it, the cutscenes dragged on. The gameplay wasn't stellar either. I mean, I didn't dislike it. I mean, I enjoyed my time with it, but like, do I see myself replaying it with nostalgia? No. Like, to me, like the game was a rush pile of shit. Like it felt like the world was dead as it could be. The fast travel system was bad. I wouldn't recommend Final Fantasy 15 to anybody. Coming over here just to get this chest. So there's the workhouse I can still loot in here, and there's also the sewers I need to go loot. Also the church. Yeah, you like the feel of this game? Yeah. I love, like, to me, like, this is a good time waster. Like, this is one of those games that you could play over and over again and just be happy, content. I was talking about Final Fantasy 15. The Final Fantasy 7 remake, it's pretty good too, but like, it's like, will I play it again? Would I buy a sequel? Yeah. I mean, like, I might buy Final Fantasy remake. I might play Final Fantasy 7 remake again if they do like a PS5 patch for it. But for the most part, it wasn't that great of a game. Hey, Greek God, thank you for the $10, dude. Is that the guy who lost all the weight? I wish I had his willpower. Honestly.
If you're here to trade, let's trade.
Let's see what you have.
All salvage.
I know you can start at any time. And like everything I'd say would be an excuse. But like I really can't really say anything. You need oil, gears, circuitry. Circuitry. I know it's not going to be easy. I had the weight loss surgery. And like there was periods during the first year or two of my weight loss surgery, like after the fact, that I was eating less than 450 calories a day. And I was losing like 3 pounds a week. And like that kind of scared the shit out of me, like mainly because like it's like, dude, if I'm eating 450 calories a day and I'm only losing like 3 pounds a week, like I'd never be able to lose weight on my own. Why not exercise? Well, I don't know, laziness. I don't know about you, but I never found exercise really that fun. I mean, I don't mind doing it. I can do it. But like, generally when I exercise, I wanted to eat more. Like, exercise made cravings worse. Alright, so this should be able... We should have got a big enough haul just now to finish up the quest for Sturges. I'm just glad Greek God like separated himself from Ice Poseidon and found success. Cause that dude drug a lot of people down with him. I could only fit my right leg in the new Supra. You mean the new BMW with a Toyota badge? Everything about that Supra screams like BMW Roadster. Preston is just standing out in the fucking water right now. Big us, Preston. It looks like he's like he's looking like he's waiting to leave his mama and go out. Like, where's all these fucking Brahmin from? I haven't kept up with Ice Poseidon, honestly. Like, so I couldn't really tell you. I need to go to the Abernathy farm and grab some potatoes and pick that quest up. What are we like now? We got 4 levels saved up. Yeah, it is fucking odd. Like BMW to me is like one of the worst like made vehicles out there that are like high end. Like, I would say BMW is better than a Mercedes for reliability, but still, like, you don't buy BMW and Mercedes used. You just don't do it. Everything on them is expensive, right? And buying a BMW because it's in its price range because it's got 100,000 miles. There's a reason why it's so cheap. It's because everything on it is expensive. Like if you bought like an S series, there's $1,000 worth of fucking shocks on it. Just to buy them, not install them or anything like that. Let's not talk about like, you know, $2,000, you know, valve cover gasket jobs and shit like that. Like, BMWs are a pile of shit for that. Where is everybody here? On the... Hey.
That's close enough, stranger. We're a peaceful farm. We don't want any trouble.
It's okay. I'm friendly.
You can call BMW, but think Ford is quality.
If you say so, but be warned.
There's more million-mile Fords out there than there are BMW. I'm going to point that out.
All day, every day, and every minute of it spent watching your back.
Farming's hard work.
Won't argue with that. Blake Abernathy. Been ages since I've seen one of those vault suits around. You new to these parts?
Yeah.
Like if you want my opinion and you want a Mercedes, get one from the 80s that's a diesel.
I'll probably give it a try someday.
Well, good luck to you then. Maybe I'll see you at the Diamond City Market someday and we'll do a swap. Word of advice though, if you do start up a farm, be ready to deal with the...
You're right, Happy Gilmore. Ford will be bankrupt soon. That's got nothing to do with the quality of them.
Sounds like bad news to me.
That means less people. That means Ford had too many cars or too many ventures that cost them money, and they also like. It's more about leadership than build quality.
Now she's buried out back of the house. Only 21 years old, and they shot her down without a thought. That's why we need the Minutemen back. And the sooner, the better.
I don't know what crab
There's nothing
crawl
worse
is.
than losing a child.
Always tilted. I haven't
Believe
heard about
me, I
that yet.
know.
I'm sorry to hear you say so. I don't have much to offer, but
I know they have
It is
trucks
a
that
parent.
can pull a
took a
trailer
lot
by
to-
themselves at now.
it's been in
I know like the
conversation.
new F-150 is supposed to have technology that
Get
it
it
will
back?
pull the trailer
Mean a lot to
100
us.
and independent on the highway.
Don't worry. I'll get that locket back for you.
Good.
Hey Jake, that's fine.
Connie feels like it's a part of Mary. I don't think she'll rest easy again as long as it's gone.
I thought about streaming me changing my my side glass, but like it was just so fucking cold outside. Like I gave up on it quickly when I pulled the camera out. I'm gonna grab some more potatoes just to have enough. Why do you feel like you gotta pressure wash your house after watching
We
a
better
Greek God
get
video?
back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Hey Jake. Here you go, bud. I've been trying to tell 672, don't buy the Hellcat. I know it's cool to be like, yo, I got a Hell Kitty. I feel you. I understand you on that level. But like money wise, thing costs probably let me look. You getting the Charger or the Challenger? Well, I guess you get the Challenger. I don't think they make a Hellcat Charger. Well, yeah, they do. Yeah, the Scat Pack cost 40 to 46,000, and the Hellcat starts at 72,000. So like you can save $32,000 getting the Scat Pack, and it will be just as fun and a more reliable car and easier to upkeep. Warzone God ICP. You are wrong, mate. BMWs are one of the best high-end vehicles, especially for budget. They're made for weekend cars, not daily drivers. My argument wasn't that BMW didn't make nice cars. They make cars that are wonderful. They have ambient lighting, they got great sound systems, smooth rides, they got powerful engines. My argument was, don't go out and buy a used BMW with 100,000 miles on it, 120,000 kilometers or something like that, and expect it to work like a Camry or Ford Focus or even like a Buick, right? It's going to fall apart and it's going to cost you up the ass because they're not reliable. After about 60,000 miles, BMWs fall the fuck apart. All those systems that are so intricate, for example, like a Mercedes-Benz has a $2,700 valve cover gasket change. A valve cover gasket. You know what that thing? You know how much it costs to change a valve cover on a Honda Civic? Like $200. That's if you pay the dealership to do it. Right? It's $2,700 on the fucking Mercedes-Benz. Everything about them is expensive. BMWs are designed for people with money to blow, and they push toward their clientele. I mean, I didn't say they don't make nice cars. I said they don't make reliable cars. That's the difference. The same thing can be said about supercars. Bugatti makes a fucking nice ass car. But are you putting 30,000 miles on a Bugatti Veyron? No, you are not. They're designed to be garage jewelry. Yeah, I'm on the PS5 killer. Yeah, 160,000 kilometers. I don't know the direct correlation between them. Again, good for you, Fett, but you're the exception. You're not the rule. You ever watch Hoobie's Garage on YouTube? Go watch some Hoobie Garage videos. He buys BMWs, Mercedes all the time. I bet he has $90,000 a year he puts in repairs into those things. But like with anything, a BMW or anything that you might call out, that, you know, like, oh, I have this, I have that. They're all machines, and they're all about how much you upkeep them. Like, for example, like if you change your oil religiously, you're probably going to have valve seals that last a lot longer than somebody that has, you know, very lubricous, heated, gritty oil that has dirt in it and particles and metal shavings that go around and cut into gaskets and such. It's all about upkeep. Alright, that should be enough for the food. Yes, Sturgis. Is that the quest I have up? If you think you want a European dog, I would buy a Volvo. Yes, Volvos are really well made. Saab used to have Saab used to have pretty good cars too.
The more of a target we become. What we need is to get some defenses set up.
This isn't your car that's made in a factory in Mexico. It's a German designed car for luxury. Again,
thanks. It'll make everyone feel more
again,
secure
like
here.
I understand where you're coming from, that it's a luxury car. But we're comparing apples to oranges, right? I'm talking, don't buy a BMW to daily drive. Don't do it. You want a BMW 5 Series to sit in your garage and take it to the beach during the summer, and it goes into storage in the winter? Perfect. Awesome. You're going to enjoy your purchase. You're going to love the car to death. If you want a BMW that gets you to work to pay your bills, and you live paycheck to paycheck, you're making a dumb choice. I said, buy Mercedes and BMWs, lease them, or buy them and trade them in after the warranty runs out. Never keep them. You almost can say the same for Dodges too at this point. Dodge is taking that same mantra, but it works. They're staying in business.
Sturgis.
Thanks for doing that. We'll all sleep better at night knowing we have some defenses set up. It's been a long road. But yeah, I think this is it. Home. Feels good.
I mean, doesn't Phil have like a Toyota Corolla
I
now?
appreciate it. Of course, you know you're welcome anytime. My door's always open to you. Windows too. Some of the walls actually, come to think of it. I guess I better get back to it.
Leasing makes sense to people that want a new car every 2 to 3 years and don't do any modifications, right? Like if you have disposable income and you really enjoy new cars, leasing makes sense in that regard. You could get the newest, best truck on the market every 2 or 3 years, and you could always drive new. You never own it, right? But you know, you always have a new car. Almost sleep on this, and I think I'm gonna go run and do Homeboy's quest now. Just like you're saying V12 engines are bad. Again, like who the fuck buys a V12 engine?
Nothing I hate more than
Like the only V12 I know that was mass produced was in Jaguars, and those were pieces of shit. Honestly. Why do you guys always talk about cars when I'm here anyway? I want to go get the laser rifle now. So we're gonna go dip. We're gonna go dip down into what's that place
Got
called?
company.
Oh
Guess my
shit!
good karma's paying off.
Oh. Bloat fly came into.
Switch to DCS range.
Hey, Happy Gilmore. Hope you have a great day. Well, thank you, man.
We're in the pipe.
I plan on it. I hate it because it's not American. That's not true. I mean, like, I will tell you right now, Toyota makes a fantastic product. And, like, I recommend buying Toyota. I recommend buying Honda. I don't recommend buying Nissan. I don't recommend buying Dodge. Like, Dodge is another car that you get, especially the Hemis. The Hemis are piles of shit right now. You buy them, make sure you get rid of them by 60,000 miles. That's the way Dodge is set up right now. I'm gonna dip down into it's not Concord, but the place right before Boston. I said, watch your mouth. I mean, like, I'm just spitting facts, dude. Just spitting facts. Like, there's certain Dodge cars that are pretty good. Like the V6, the Pentastars. They're underpowered, but they last pretty good. So if you get like the base level Challenger with the V6, that one will get you 150,000, 200,000 miles. The 5.7 Hemi won't. Not without thousands and thousands of dollars put into it. You want a the most reliable truck on the market today, for strictly for reliability. I'm not taking horsepower into account. I'm not taking fun factor into account. I'm not taking any of that into account. The most reliable truck right now is a 4.7 liter Toyota Tundra. Not the i4, not the big 5.7, the 4.7 liter Toyota Tundra. The number 2 in that list would be the 5 liter Coyote from Ford. The 5.7 Tundra is reliable too, but it has a lot more problems than the 4.7. The 4.7 doesn't have a whole lot of horsepower, doesn't have a whole lot of torque, but because of these factors, it doesn't have a whole lot of strain on it either. There's documents of at least 2 of them going 1,000,000 miles.
That should take care of you. Just make sure to keep an eye on it. And come see me if it doesn't get any better.
That's just my opinion, honestly. Well, I'm just saying, like, some people want their cake and eat it too. Like, for example, like, if you want lots of horsepower, you're not getting horsepower plus fuel efficiency. It just doesn't happen. Right? Like, you gotta, there's trade-offs with everything. Right? Horsepower means the engine degrades faster. For the most part. Like, the higher compression, more expensive everything is. The faster everything breaks down because you're pushing more pressure against the actual block itself. Like, think about drag cars. You ever watch a show like Pink's where these cars run as hard as they can and they get like 6 passes and they blow up? That's because they're pushing these cars as hard as they humanly can. These cars are tuned to the point that they're making as most power possible in a quarter mile. And they can't take that over and over and over again. Something gives. There's no V8 in a Chevy Cobalt, man. I don't even think a V8 would fit in a Chevy Cobalt. I'm gonna grab this next level sneak real quick. I don't want to set off floor traps. So the next one's not no longer trigger enemy mines. So I still trigger mines here, so be careful. I think if we just cut right across here in these bushes, we'll be fine.
We better get back, because it'll be dark
Hey, Annoying.
soon, and they mostly come at
Thank you
night.
for the script. Merry Christmas to you too, buddy. I think I'm biased toward Nissan. Nissan has been on the verge of bankruptcy since the early 90s. And I think unless somebody else buys them out, they're going to go bankrupt here in the next 5 years.
We better get back.
Mega,
'cause it'll be
oh,
dark
Mega.
soon, and they mostly come at night.
Did you just give 25 subscribers? Oh, you gifted 5. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it said 25.
We better get back, because it'll be
Hey,
dark
Zoid out.
soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly. We better get back, because it'll be dark
Hey,
soon,
Simple.
and they mostly
Let's
come
see.
at night.
Now about my BS engine swap smokes kids on Sundays. Dude, there's no such thing as a V8 Prius. Like the Cobalt, I was like doubting there was a V8 that can fit in it. A V8 is the size of a fucking
We
Prius.
better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come
That's
at night.
100% no bueno.
We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Why do I not like Hemi engines? Well, main reason I don't like Hemi engines right now is a mixture of MSD and the fact is their camshafts have oiling issues.
Switch to DCS range.
Happy Gilmore, dude. Thank you for $5 more.
We're in the pipe. Bye.
I appreciate that, homeboy. Give me a second, I'm looting. Thank you, dude. Happy Gilmore. Appreciate that shit, dude.
We better
Like,
get back.
I mean, you can let me explain it to you, or you can go look it up on YouTube.
Trying to survive
Mostly.
it. Like everyone else.
The way you charged in
A lot of Hemis will eat the camshaft up by 60,000 miles, and it's a lot of it has to do
I'm from
with
1411.
how the engines are designed, like the way the camshaft is placed and how the oiling channels are carved into the block. Certain parts of the camshaft are not getting properly oiled, and it eats the camshaft load
If we want
down.
to continue pitching in, we could use an extra gun on our side.
Camshafts are a good argument,
I'll
especially
continue to help, but you owe me an
especially
explanation first.
when they cost
Very well.
$6,000 to
I'm
fix.
Paladin Dance, Brotherhood of Steel. Over there is Scribe Halen and Knight Reese. We're on recon duty.
It's not about they use
Run
cheap
down 'em when our
camshafts.
supplies are running low.
Camshafts need to
I've
be
been trying
oiled.
to
It's
send
it's
this
a it's an
West
engine
Coast
design
superiors.
problem.
The signal's too weak to reach them.
Sir, if I may,
Proceed, Halen.
I've modified the radio tower on the roof of the police station, but I'm afraid it just isn't enough. What we need is something that will boost the signal.
Our target is ArcJet Systems, and it contains the technology we need, the deep-range transmitter. We infiltrate the facility, secure the transmitter, and bring it back here. So what do you say? You willing to lend the Brotherhood of Steel a hand?
I mean, I don't know.
No
I don't
time
really
to
care what
waste.
Smoke Dog
Let's
says,
get
man.
moving.
Outstanding.
Dudes never liked me to begin with.
Halen, take Reese inside and bind his wounds.
Yes, sir.
Reese, once you're on your feet, I want you to make certain civilian. Time to prove your worth. Head into the police station and resupply yourself. Then let me know when you're ready to begin. Let's move out, people.
All right, big guy.
Finished up fire support. So we came here because I want to get the unique laser rifle from Dance. So we're going to have to do arch jet systems too. Would you ever buy a mid-size truck? If I had to buy a mid-size truck right now, I came close to getting a a Tacoma. My mother wanted to sell her Tacoma because she wanted a Arcadia. Again, don't buy Arcadias. I'm trying to tell her that too, but you know, my stepfather pays for it, so she doesn't care.
Paladin.
You ready to move out?
Yes.
Ready.
Outstanding.
But she had to get rid of her Tacoma, and at the time, I hadn't bought the red Mustang yet, and I thought about selling my truck and just taking her payments over on the Tacoma, but I decided against it, and I ended up getting the red Mustang. And she had like a 2018 Toyota Tacoma or something like that. But it was kind of like baseline. It was a pre-runner, so it had like the four-wheel drive suspension, but it was two-wheel drive. But if I had to buy a mid-size truck myself, I'd probably get like the Chevrolet Colorado with the Duramax in it.
Arcjet is a short hike to the west. If we take this road, we should be able to avoid the larger packs of ferals infesting Cambridge. Traveling this far from the police station is a risk, but getting that transmitter up and running needs to be our top priority. If it was up to me, I'd relocate my team. But Scribe Halen detected some disturbing energy readings in the area that need to be investigated.
That landmine right there has killed me so many fucking times.
We're concerned that whoever or whatever is creating those energy readings might be a potential threat.
Where's the sample from when you subscribe? Aliens. Doggy Dale. Rangers have two different engines now? Because, like, what I thought they only offered the 2.3 EcoBoost. What other engine did they put in Rangers now? Nah, that's not my first. Yeah, this is my first playthrough. I just said I'm gonna go get the unique laser weapon from Paladin Dance. Just happen to know that. Why are you picking up table knives? Can you turn them into junk? Table knives gives you table knives gives you steel scrap, and they hardly weigh anything.
Hey.
It might surprise you to learn that my recon team isn't the first to visit the Commonwealth. Over the last...
I had the left leg. Boom.
7 years, 2 other teams were sent here by the Brotherhood to gather technology. The first team's mission was a huge success. They came back with crates and 3 more artifacts and historical documents. The second wasn't so fortunate. Shortly after they arrived, we lost contact with them. They haven't been heard from since. As far as my team goes, we've lost... lost 4 good men in this godforsaken wasteland. We've been a target from the moment we arrived. But despite our...
Would I ever play Rust? I don't know what that's about, Jacko.
Or end up missing.
How would I rank the Fallout games I've played? Like on what scale? Like what I think of them overall? I'd say Fallout New Vegas is the best of all of them, and that's followed up by Fallout 2, and then Fallout 3. then Fallout 1, and then Fallout 4. And if you want to go really deep into it, like all the stuff past that, like Tactics and like Brotherhood of Steel and all the spin-off games, those are under there, all lumped together. 76 is obviously the worst one. I don't know if I really want to pick up this dog meat. Put the shotgun shells down because they weigh a lot. I think I'm going to throw all this on these guys. And we're going to put the dog meat back. Dog meat weighs too much. Because I'm going to get a lot of fusion cells here. And I want to carry as much fusion cells out as possible. I would say Cyberpunk is more buggy than Fallout 76. At least Fallout 76 was playable on release. Can't say the same thing for Cyberpunk. Top 3 games of all time? For me personally, my favorite game is Final Fantasy Tactics. And then my next favorite game would be Dragon Age Origins. And then after that, possibly The Witcher 3. I'm gonna make sure Dance gets in here before we open this up. Dog me, I want you to hold some junk, buddy. I don't plan on doing any combat. Would you trade in Bailey for dog meat? For dog meat, would you? Bailey's my buddy. All right, Bailey. You my buddy. Where you at, Dance? Oh, he's waiting to do his speech.
Look at these wrecks. It appears as though the facility's automated security's already been dealt with.
What's my favorite Dark Souls game? Dark Souls 2. I mean, like, but I know that's an anomaly. Because a lot of people hated Dark Souls 2.
Dance.
Look at these wrecks. It appears as though the facility's automated.
But mine goes Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1.
Good.
Naked. Look at Evan. These robots.
I'll be on the lookout.
Roger that. Let's move out.
Favorite desert animal?
This place is a mess, but I still see a few pieces of salvage.
Don't really think about desert animals that often. Probably the only two I can name is like the scorpion and the pit viper.
Looks like a dead end. See if you can find a way to get that door open. I'm gonna reconnoiter. I don't think. Intruder alert!
Hostile sensor reading. Terminated.
See, now you got me fucked up because I was thinking about like American deserts. So I was thinking of like the Mojave. and not really like Africa. If that's the case, like honey badger is my favorite desert animal.
Possibly.
Because there are honey badgers in the Sahara. It just fucking hit me. Holy shit. Oh my fucking lord. Mm. Mm. How far back is this? I think this is the point where I left to go do dance. It is. That's Fallout for right now, boys. Let's just do just chatting for a while. God, I'm getting fat again. I was already fat, but I'm getting fat. I'm getting fatter. Like I want to stay on like a day schedule. Right? So that I can go to like Christmas at the wife's families and stuff. Like I'm ready to go to, like I am sleepy again. Like something about being awake in the daytime makes your boy tired as fuck. Fuck, man. Alright, let's see what we got to. If you had to watch one anime, what would it be? Like, what I haven't watched already? Probably like something that's famous, like Ghost in the Shell or Trigun or something like that. Something that a lot of people like. There's gotta be a reason a lot of people like it, right? I'm defo over 400. I mean, like Daisy's Revenge. Why you care so much about my weight, dude? I mean, my house size is fine, dude. Like, if anything, like I'd like to have like $25,000 to do some changes in the house. That would be like I'd like to I'd like to renovate the bathroom. I'd like to put carpet back in the house. Put hardwood floor in my kitchen again. But you know, obviously air conditioner and things like that. But all that comes with time. Top 3 movies I watched recently. How soon is recently? Because like I seen 2 movies in theaters this year, and I think I've watched 4 movies as a whole. This year I've watched Underwater, The Hunt, The Heart of the Sea, and Carrie. The entire year. You finally saw Scarface? Fun fact, the guy who directed Scarface, Brian De Palma, also directed Carrie, one of the movies I watched this year. I've platinumed every Dark Souls except the first one. Chiquitio. I didn't see 1917. I heard it had a lot of a lot of good film. What was that shit called? Where they? Yeah, Scarface is a great movie. Did you know Scarface, the one you're referring to, is actually a remake? It wasn't a one-shot movie, but the cinematography in it was really well done. There's a bunch of shots that were done in one take, like running across fields and things. Yeah, the Al Pacino Scarface is a remake of a 1950s film. Girl. Cool pup. Cool pup. How long am I gonna leave the tree up? Till probably New Year's. Take it down. I still have my Xbox 360 and 3. My PS3 is still hooked up. It's right there, right next to the PS5. I still play things on my PS3. Got my PS3 controller. What do I play on it? Dragon Age Origins, um, Fallout 3. I play. I used to play Dark Souls on it, but they finally got around putting that on PS4. But mainly Dragon Age Origins and Fallout 3 in Vegas. I seriously have many problems coming from a dude named Charles Manson. How are you even coming here from in prison? Probably not River. Like a lot of people don't like Dragon Age Origins is a game that's so old now that a lot of people don't know about it or don't care about it. And it's hard to do a game like that without getting into the intricate. Have a candy cane. I remember the trolls tried to make up the fact that down here there's no candy canes, that I'm so fat that I ate them all. Instead of the fact that I have a little dog that can reach that point of the tree and it would eat them. You and Bentley could fight over the candy cane. Dragon Age Origins is one of my favorites too. It might be the best RPG ever made. Either Dragon Age Origins or Witcher 3, in my opinion, the best RPG ever made. I keep saying Final Fantasy Tactics is my favorite game, but that's a lot of that's nostalgia. Like I don't think it holds up as a high end game, like for like critics. How am I reading chat without looking to the left? I switch my. See, I have 3 monitors. I could just slide you guys to any. Do I won't. I didn't like Cyberpunk. I didn't have a very good time playing it. Like I went through and made a whole new character, and like I slowly started reading through all the like lore and stuff of the game and played it slowly. But like by the time I got to the point where like you're doing the first like shipment for I forgot what they're called. There's basically like this group of gang that they have like a drug problem, and they'd steal like this bot for like Black Jesus. Well, I get to that first like dungeon shootout section, and I'm just like honestly, like there's this whole like hacking system for cameras, and there's all this stuff, and like I guess if you paid attention, you could do it well, but I feel like the game was too dark, and enemies took too many shots. The stealth in it, all right, but like for the most part, it was kind of the environments don't lend itself to being stealth very well. The controller on the floor and the thing is something Bailey knocked down earlier. Like she pulled the she pulled the thing out, and I just haven't picked it up yet. This little munchkin right here gets in. I don't like Cold War. Honestly, like I waited for Gunfight to come out to give my opinion on it. I can honestly say I don't like Call of Duty Cold War. I don't play it. I've been playing a lot of Rainbow lately. Been playing a lot of Dark Souls lately, obviously, and I'm trying to get back into Fallout. So like next, I'll probably stream Fallout again, but I'll probably go ahead and do everything I was going to do offline and be. So the next time I stream Fallout, I'll probably be in the same spot, but I'll have ArcJet done. I just when you lose a lot of progress, it kind of demotivates me for playing. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll get on and want to play it again a little bit later and do it all again while I'm watching a YouTube video or something. Favorite caffeinated beverage? Sweet. I think Cyberpunk would be more fun if I didn't play it on very hard. Because on very hard, enemies take almost an entire magazine of assault rifle to the face to kill one. It's ludicrous how spongy they are. Why did I do that then? Generally, I crank the difficulty up on games because I want the games to force me to use all the systems in the game itself. But I don't feel like I feel like the enemies are so hard that the system. I feel like Cyberpunk's problem is the enemies get so difficult or spongy that the in game combat systems are not enough to circumvent them. Right? It'd be one thing if enemies were super tanky, like you could like hack the grenades on them and blow them up and kill them regardless, or like have cameras to turn them on each other and like stealth kill them and do everything you can to avoid like one-on-one like gun combat with them. But it's not that way. Like one-on-one gun combat is the most effective way to deal with them at very high difficulty, and it's just makes combat a tedious slog, or like like it's like you're walking through mud. I know you can hack their grenades, but like I've done that, and at the very hard, at least early on, it doesn't kill them. It takes like half their health. I'm about to turn 35 April. What's wrong with my webcam? Old. I need a new one. I haven't got around to getting one. This dog? Bailey. His name's Bailey. This is one of my presents I got for my wife. They ended up loving me to death. Like this dog pisses my wife off because like she'll go lay in her bed over there until I go to bed. Then she'll go to bed with me, and then she'll want to like lay right next to me in bed. And like everywhere I go, this dog goes. Same thing with the cat. Everywhere I go, you got Rocco. There is no separating. I have this and that one everywhere I go. There is no in between. Like Grayson is a little bit more independent. But Grayson comes here too. Like he'll be here soon enough. I called his name. I have 4 pets in total. I didn't play Ratchet and Clank. I played Sly Cooper, but I mainly played Sly Cooper because my little sister played it, and she always would need help, and I ended up playing it and enjoying it. No, honestly, I don't think I'll be able to have kids. Not without like fertility drugs. So most likely I'm not going to have kids. Which means I probably can drive whatever I want the rest of my life. Because like car payment cheaper than child payment. Because kids are expensive. Solar Cinder's weak versus Frost, so use the Ethereal Straight Sword. You'll destroy him. Another boss is weak versus Frost. Dragon Rider. Let me speak to your manager. Well, people ask me if my cat would let me touch his paws, but yeah, they will. My cats 100% trust me. Complains about low T and does this. I go to my neurologist in January, so I'm hoping I'm gonna start getting injections for testosterone. Hey Selfers, how you doing, bud? How's your streams going? I don't know. Like I know the specialist I go to is $100 a session, even with insurance. Well, I'm probably going to do a series of tests to see why my testosterone's so low. It could, obviously, I'm thinking it's probably my diet because I heard there's certain foods that you could eat that will fuck with your testosterone. I'm actually, I'm actually more excited that my beard might grow in fully if I start having testosterone. Yeah, I got low T. Like that's the most thing I'm excited about to get like maybe I can actually grow a full beard if I get low testosterone injections. I have very low testosterone from the sounds of it. I have the testosterone level of like a 90-year-old man. It's like 246, and I think the average 90-year-old man has a 264. I'm like 20 points below the average old man. First one I've owned as an adult. Got any tips or good toys I should get? Like the hardest thing you got to do with new puppies is you got to crate train them. So like with Bailey, what we did when she would have an accident, she would go in the crate until she'd go in the crate for 2 or 3 hours, and then we would take her out. And if she didn't pee pee outside, she had to go back in the crate for another hour, and then we took her back out until she did pee pee. And when she did pee pee, we would give her a bacon treat. This this gives you two pathways. One, it allows them to be comfortable in the crate because they get used to it and they learn that it's a safe space. Two, it allows you to put them in the crate in case you have to transport them or you have to take them to a shelter, say you want vacation and pay somebody to keep them. Gets them used to being in kennels. Three, keeps your house from getting pissed and shit all over. So like this is the hardest thing it's going to be to do because they're going to whine and cry and get upset over and over again when they're young, but you're doing them a favor. The next thing you got to do is you got to teach them to heal. And this is for their own personal safety. That if they won't come to you or heal, like for example, like say they get away from you. They're puppies, they're curious, they want to see the world, they want to find out what smells are. But like for example, me, I live near a major road. So if Bailey was to go into the road, she's going to get hit. Not only will I lose one of my best friends, I'm most likely going to have to file an insurance claim for because it was my fault the dog went into the road. I do live in a rural area, but I live on Highway 29, um, which is a trucking route. So like the road I live on is one of the routes that all the big trucks take to get from 701 from 501. There's certain roads that trucks are allowed to drive on so they don't destroy other roads, and I live on one of those roads. Well, Bailey probably won't damage a car much, but like somebody like Bongo size, like Bongo's 100 pounds. If Bongo was to get hit by a car, the owner of that car would want me to fix his car because he has the right of way. How much do I get? Nothing. I'd have to pay for the car to get fixed, and I'd have to bury a dog. My backyard does have a fence. I'm using these as examples. as the reason you should teach a dog to heel. I've eaten gator tail before. Kelly can't do dual stick yet. Like, she struggles with 3D worlds. Like, she's not very good with like anything with dual analog. She only really plays Animal Crossing and Tetris. She's just now started to get in video games. You just asked me, does my wife play Bloodborne? I just told you the games my wife plays. That's probably a good nexus, but it's also a good sign that that a 6-year-old can hit your dog and he won't fight back at him. That means the dog has submitted to human masters. And like I was gonna say that to Selfras, that you want the dog to submit to you. You know, people will take that out of context. But dogs don't look at you as owners; they look at you as a member of the clan or the pack. And generally, like if a dog doesn't submit to you, they'll try to hump you. They'll try to do other situations. They'll growl at you and things like that. So like the way you get a puppy to submit is generally just hold them down until they give up. And anytime they do something that's like alpha or like pack standard, you always hold them down until they give up. You ain't got to do it hard. You basically just push them on a couch cushion or something like that, and they eventually will submit to you. And then at that point, they'll listen to you and they'll be more perceptive. Brain looks frozen. Hey, Bailey. Hey, baby. Oh. Water. What's your favorite song to go karaoke? Give Me Three Steps by Leonard Skinner. Either that or the River by Garth Brooks. Bailey is 8 months old, so I just had to go through all this with her. She is a terror. You know what she started to do? I got to fix. She would take Rocco's food bowl and like flip it over for no reason. I don't know why she's doing that. Your talk is petty. I like it. Why can't you remember the day you guys were married?
We better get back.
We got married on May
19th.
19th.
And they mostly come
We
at
got a
night.
ring ceremony.
Mostly.
Hey, Patriot Barrett. Thanks for subscribing, buddy. That's not necessarily true. Some dogs have different personalities. Like Bailey likes to push the cats around, and both of my cats are really, really like. Rocco's not submissive, but Grayson is. Grayson is 100% a bottom bitch. He will let her put. Grayson won't scratch at you. He'll hiss. He'll go. But he won't do anything about it. He won't hit her with his claw or anything like that. He has no fight in him whatsoever. So like she likes to push him around and like bite on his ears and things like that. And I think she thinks that Grayson's food bowl, I mean Rocco's food bowl is Grayson's. So she tries to push him around more. Which Grayson eats only wet food. He gets his food delivered by hand. I try not to let her bully Grayson. You can. There's been multiple instances on stream where I'm like, hey, don't bite his ears. Like Rocco will put her in her place. Like Rocco will hit her with a claw, and she'll screech and run away. And like she kind of doesn't mess with Rocco. She's learned her place with him. But Grayson just doesn't have any fight in him. Like he's 100% a chill cat. Friday's my favorite Ice Cube movie. Grayson. His name is Dr. Grayson Jordan. Bailey Jordan. Rocco Jordan. His name is actually Mr. Rocco. Am I Mr. Rocco? That's on his vet bill. He's Mr. Rocco. This is Bailey Boo. Her middle name's Boo. Bailey Boo. Chevy's name was Chevrolet Aloysius Jordan III. That's Carl Sagan. Mr. Rocco. I think it's about time to show off the massiveness that is my cat. Oh my lord, look at this big boy. Ugh. He is an absolute behemoth. Big Rock. Don't beat her up, Rock. Beat her up. Rocco is 8 years old. He's the old man of the group. Which, when I got him, they said he was 2. But all the paperwork I got on him said he was 7, and he just turned 8 in November. Yeah, Rocco is a chartreux. He is a big cat. They grow to be from 13.5 pounds to 18 pounds normally. I think Rocco's somewhere in the middle. Rocco's training for the super heavyweight fight. Well, he's a shelter cat, and like the cat I originally went to get before I picked Rocco out was Mr. Joe White, and because he was found on Mr. Joe White Avenue. But like that cat was so unused to human attention that he wasn't aggressive, but like his skin would like curl away from being touched and things, and he had a really bad wheeze and he was kind of sicky. So Rocco had a clean bill of health. and I was looking for a big cat. I wanted a big kitty, and Rocco fit all those bills. And Rocco sold like a motherfucker at the shelter. He wanted to get out of jail. Because Rocco would he has this loud purr. So it's such a beautiful purr. Like I love it when he lays next to me in bed and purrs. But Rocco's been attached to my hip since I got him. Well, he stayed behind the freezer the first couple days, but after I got him out of the freezer, he's been bay. Speaking of Gilbert Godfrey, did you know that the voice he does is actually put on? Forever I thought that was his actual voice. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still taking a fixer. Still taking it. I'm gonna let you guys boys go. We had $27 in donations. Appreciate that shit, dude. Happy Gilmore, thank you for $10 of that. Thank you, Greek God, for $10 as well. Thank you, Wet Fart, for $3. Thank you, Midnight Omega, for gifting. What did you gift? 5 there. I think you just gave 5. Thank you for giving 5 and resubscribing yourself, so 6. Thank you, Gear Hogs. And thank you, OG Focal and Pimp. Appreciate everybody for coming out to the stream. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Might stream again later this evening. I'm Audi 5000.